name is Prachi Taneja and I'm a representative at IBS Gurgaon. Today we had a panel discussion where we discussed about FRDI bill and the recapitalization in the banks. So let us ask from the experts itself how the FRDI bill would be bringing forward and what do we have in our pockets to look forward to. So first of all, thank you so much for being with us at IBS and for the amazing panel discussion that we had. So I directly come to my first question. FRDI bill. Everybody has their own assumptions and presumptions, and a lot of people are scared because they don't know about it. So, what is exactly the bill about?
It is a financial resolution and deposit insurance bill which covers financial entities operating within the universe of financial system in India. So far, the resolution mechanism was not at all there. Only when IBC, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, was enacted in 2016, that a resolution mechanism has entered into the Indian domain. And it also has to be there because any entrepreneur who comes into business takes the risk, whether it is a financial business or non-financial business. So there has always to be an exit policy for the entrepreneurs to come out of it. And whenever an enterprise operates, there could always be a risk of failure. And unless you protect that part, then more and more entrepreneurs will not come into the system. So it is a system to encourage more youngsters to form part of employer group instead of being employees. Because it is great to become an employer, to start an enterprise, but if they have apprehensions that in case they fail, they will not be able to come out of the system. So that is a great risk in India. It was there hitherto. But now with IBC coming, that part of non-financial entities have been taken care. Now with FRDI bill, the financial part is taken care. That is, all financial entities will have the option to exit the system in a graceful manner.
So last 2 years we've seen a lot of initiatives coming by this government. We had demonetization, we had GST, and now we have FRDI bill which talks about resolving bankruptcy. So till what extent do you think FRDI bill is going to help us out, or how would it be? How positive are you on this?
I am very positive for the reason that FRDI bill, if it is enacted and becomes a law, it will create a systemic force on the financial and non-financial entities as well to behave more responsibly in doing business. Like the disclosure standards, the transparency. So it will create a systemic pressure on the entities to function better because their status will be made known to the public in the form of in which risk category they fall. Like a non-financial entity, when they also have to put their balance sheet in the website. So stakeholders will look at it, but their stakeholders are limited to equity holders. But as far as financial entities are concerned, their stakeholders include depositors who are large in numbers. Equity holders and depositors are two different types of bank users, and they both form part of stakeholders now. And since the surveillance mechanism on the financial entities will increase, it will increase the efficiency of the financial system. So it will be very useful.
And sir, the bank recapitalization and the FRDI bill. So what is the interlink between both of them?
As far as recapitalization is concerned, it is to bail out those which have not done well so far. That brings us to a stage where we should avoid such a thing happening again, and to prevent that, FRDI bill will be useful. That it will put a systemic pressure on the entities to behave more responsibly. more responsibly towards the business. So it will be helpful and it will be complementary to each other. It is for the past, it is for the future. Recapitalization is for the past. Like whatever accumulated NPAs are there or capital is shrinking. So that part is being taken care, and FRDI bill will bring transparency and more disclosures for the future efficiency of the organizations. So it has got a linkage in the sense this is for the past, this is for the future. So FRDI bill is good in that sense.
So hopefully we can keep our fingers crossed after demonetization and GST. We can look forward to FRDI bill coming up, right?
As far as GST is concerned, it is a structural reform. It is not a one-time matter like demonetization, because it is going to stay with the system. And the biggest contribution of GST will be lot of the informal economy will become part of the economy, and the taxation which was escaping the attention of the system will get captured now, because everything is digitized. So every transaction will be tracked. So in that way, I would say that GST is a far-reaching reform, structural reform, when compared to demonetization. Demonetization has happened once. Its impact will be there for 2 years, 3 years, or maybe it will go for some time more.
Yeah.
But as far as GST is concerned, it is going to change the whole taxation system, and it will have a long-term impact, and for good.
So the last question, because the students, especially in first year, even the ones who want to take finance are always confused, should we go for marketing? The ones who want to go for marketing or HR always have their apprehensions about finance. So you being the best person who could guide us in finance, what would be some of the tips that you would like to give to the students who would want to opt for finance?
See, as far as the financial system is concerned, it requires a combination of talents. Like any financial system would require skill sets, and for that HR functions are very important, like human resource functions, and how to build the career progression of the employees. So HR will have a great role, because we are living in a knowledge-driven economy where I would say knowledge is money.
Yeah.
So if you want to inculcate that culture among the employees, HR will have a great role to play. And coming to the technical part of financial system, like analysis of balance sheet, credit rating, appraisal of the credit, all these functions are recovery of loans. All these functions, they are all technical part. Like it will have a very wide scope in the years to come, particularly the rating mechanism. Credit rating of the borrowers will play a great role in the years to come, because more entrepreneurs entering into formal economy through GST, they will start taking loans from the banks.
Yeah.
More scope for credit appraisal, and more scope for rating agencies, and banks require internal rating as well as external rating. So financial technical part of financing will have a great scope, but the scope of HR is quite wide, and the third dimension is the technology, because we are now in a completely digital age where you cannot separate functions from digitization. So digitization will have a great scope. These are the three areas which will find a lot of and any organization, you cannot separate it from marketing. Like you become the ambassador of the organization to whom you belong. If you cannot sell your products and services, so it doesn't separate a professional from marketing. Marketing is a universal quality which even an HR guy should have marketing ability, for the reason that he has to showcase himself and also the organization which he represents. So marketing is omnipresent. It should be omnipresent in all the employees, and HR should play a great role in building the competencies of the people, because we have now moved from recruitment to retirement. So now we are recruitment to retention and making them useful for the organization in the changing dynamics is much more important, because nobody is going to cling to the organization till retirement. So it's now a fast moving economy we are in. So it's very important for us to take care of retention of the employee, and for that skill building, career progression, assuring the career growth, leadership roles, all these things can be articulated only by the HR functions. So if you want ABC analysis of the future career of the management students, the first is the technical part, that is the how to finance. Second is the digital. Third is HR. And fourth, I will say marketing should be built into everyone who operates in the system.
Because of the brand itself.
Brand itself.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
very
being
much,
here
and
with
all the
us.
best to all of you.
Thank you.